project. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Since 1911, the City Rescue Mission has been serving our community by providing food for the hungry, shelter for the homeless, and hope for the lost. We continue to love all that come through our doors, extending mercy and providing grace just as God has done for each of us, serving with a compassionate heart and sharing the good news of the gospel and the hope we all have in Jesus Christ, just like we've done since 1911. We can't do this alone, and we continue to need your help.
Mercer and Wilmington, first pitch just a few minutes away, we hope, here on the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP. James Jeremita alongside. I'm James Dotson. We'll get ready for today's contest. Did you have a early score report, though, as we have another Mercer-Wilmington game going on just out yonder. That game just underway. We'll keep you tabs on that one throughout the course of today as a Wilmington team that has played very well on the softball diamond so far this year as well. And you were talking about the crazy stats of one Miss Avery Harlan. Talk about her real quick.
Oh, yeah, man. She is just a fantastic person, both inside and outside the classroom. Super kind, caring, humble. She's leading that team as the leadoff hitter. Last I checked, they are at the bottom of the first, 0-0. I know Avery was on second base with a leadoff double, so hopefully they can hit her around and keep some pressure on Angie there, because she's good. She's good.
Now, again, 2 teams that we expect to be seeing in the postseason as well between Mercer and Wilmington on the softball diamond. Playoffs coming up in, 2 weeks left in the regular season after today for District 10 teams. 1 week remaining in WPIAL country. We'll have a couple of games on the air next week. Neshannock hosting New Brighton for baseball should be a big one. We're also expecting to have Shenango hosting Freedom on Tuesday, and the District 7 Track and Field Championships as well. We'll have coverage, not video coverage, but we'll have some live reports as that's going on, as I'm sure you know, Miss Tori Atkins going for a 4-peat, a quadruple double in the 200 and 400 meter dash in that one. She's been she's been a fun one to watch these past 4 years as well, as has of a lot of. We've been spoiled these last few years with some great athletes all across the Lawrence and Mercer County area, haven't we?
I agree. I mean, we've had a lot of players across all sports.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. A lot of players across all sports go at some high levels in college. It's great to see. I know I was just talking to Harlan, Wilmington softball coach, a couple weeks ago. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's a lot of girls in their region going Division I. It's fun to see, man. It's competitive ball, competitive everything, track and field, football, basketball. There's a lot of good athletes in Lawrence County, and I'm glad they're starting to get noticed. We're
glad to be able to help notice them as well, especially on the softball diamond. A lot get got forgotten and left behind sometimes. But I mean, you look at Vogan there from Sharon, what she's doing. I mean, Mia Prew's Union just hit 600 strikeouts. Addie Fry at Neshannock is. I mean, I think now it's an. What is Neshannock now? They would be 81-1 in the last 4 years.
Yeah, they got something special brewing there. Even just north of Lawrence County, AJ, I believe her last name's
Jarzab, yep.
From Hickory, man, she just hit 100 as a freshman, 100 Ks. And I don't know if you guys posted it, if it was Sports 96.7, 4 of the 7 top softball pitchers are right here sitting with us. So a lot of good ball going around.
It has been a lot of fun, and we'll continue that into the postseason here in the next couple of weeks as well. Let's take a look at today's game between Mercer and Wilmington. For Mercer, we're going to see on the bump today is Evan Julock, the junior pitcher, coming in for Mercer. And for Wilmington, again, we mentioned junior Caden Wigan will be on the bump. But both of these teams really have shown a good balance. They've had a good pitching staff, 3 or 4 deep really, and consistent innings among them, not just a one-trick pony, which is really great to see.
Absolutely. I think the big thing for any pitcher, any team in baseball is limiting your walks, and I think both teams have cleaned that up really well. They're pitching to contact, and both defenses are playing solid ball. So, it's good to see.
It is good to see, and I think that's got to be one of the keys to the game today, because when you look at the first time these two teams played, Tristan Jones and Hunter Jones combining for the win and save for Wilmington, but each had 4 walks. There were a lot of walks in that game, not a lot of hits for either team. I think it was just 5 hits for both squads in that game, but on the other end for Mercer, it was 6 unearned runs allowed. I think those are going to be the big keys right there. It's always walks and errors, Coach. How many times have you said that in your career?
One too many times. But, you live by it, you die by it. You just got to put pressure on the defense, get the ball in play. Obviously, and our coaching staff, and I'm sure this coaching staff has preached it in the past, you can't defend a walk. I mean, you don't have a shot against anybody out there. So it'll be interesting to see these two guys battle. I know both are fairly accurate with their pitches. They do like to limit their walks, and they both pitch to contact. So I expect a lot of balls put in play, and we're going to see a lot of pressure on both defenses today. It's
Coach James Jeremita here joining us on the SportsNet broadcast as we come quickly to the end of the school year and the end of the scholastic sports season. How has life been not coming out to the ball field every day after school?
I don't know how I got stuff done last year. I mean, obviously I got to thank my wife. Mitch has said it. Coach Mitch has said it before. I mean, she's the reason I was able to put 10 years in prior to all this. It was countless hours getting stuff ready for the next game, practicing at 3, getting pushed back to 5, rescheduling for 4 because track's away. It's nice. I mean, I'm able to see my daughter play softball and t-ball. Softball and soccer. My son's 3. He's a lot to handle, man. He's all boy. But you know what? It's nice. And every now and then I'm able to get out and watch these guys play, which is nice. It's nice to see these seniors go and finish.
And it's nice. I mean, that's part of the reason why I've enjoyed doing this over the years as well. So, you can kind of make your own schedule a little bit more. Right. And in the end, you still get a chance to go out and hang out on a ball field and, get paid to talk about sports.
A lot less pressure on this side of the fence today.
Yeah, well, wait until you see a tech issue go on at some point today. But that's why we brought Mr. Matt Flannery here. He's our producer extraordinaire, Ash Pistachio, running the cameras here today from Wilmington. And also want to I got to give a shout out to my father as well. We borrowed the generator for today to make this broadcast happen as well. So thank you, Dave, for allowing us to steal it, and hopefully power doesn't go out at your house in the next 3 hours. I definitely just cursed myself with that one for sure. Still waiting for first pitch here from Wilmington High School, so why don't we take another break? We'll come back and hopefully have first pitch delivery here between the Mustangs and the Greyhounds. You're watching on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance, and receive the personalized service you deserve. Calling all sports fans. Never miss a moment with real-time alerts, keeping you in the loop when your favorite teams are playing.
Get instant updates sent straight to your phone with game schedules, changes, and all the latest news.
You can receive important updates and reminders, so you're always prepared for game time.
Be the first to cheer on your local teams and show your support.
Receive important updates and reminders, so you're always prepared for the game.
Signing up is quick and easy. Don't miss out. Sign up now and stay connected to the action.
Plus, follow us on social media for live updates, behind-the-scenes content, and community news.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
At Medore Bonner Law, we're more than just attorneys. We're your community partners. With a combined experience that spans decades, attorneys Jason Medore, Michael Bonner, and Greg Rossitelli are your trusted advisors for all legal matters. From personal injury to estate planning, business law to family disputes, we are here to guide you through every step of the legal process. Our full-service, community-based approach ensures that you're not just a client, but a valued member of our family. Give us a call or visit us online at medorebonnerlaw.com for more information.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
You guys ready? Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
Celebrating 25 years of the best coverage of high school sports in Western Pennsylvania. This is the Trib Live High School Sports Network, covering 140 schools throughout all 3 sports seasons. Trib HSSN is always there. On tribhssn.triblive.com, you'll find live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, news, and so much more. The Trib Live High School Sports Network, broadcasting high school sports in Western Pennsylvania for 25 years.
A week from today, I believe, is when you will be hearing the brackets unveiled on the Trib Live High School Sports Network for District 7. It'll be 2 more weeks before we get that here in District 10, but you can check those out when they are released on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Actually, real quick, give another shout out there because Don Revel, his podcast, the Revel Yell Podcast, just had the baseball team of the week, and it happened to be Lawrence County's Elwood City as the Trib Live High School Sports Network baseball team of the week. If you can get a win over a pitcher who throws 98 miles an hour, I think that alone deserves it as the team of the month, really, at that point. But yeah, congratulations to Elwood, and they swept Mohawk in a couple of one-run games here earlier this week to earn that Team of the Week honors. As I was looking through, Coach, 16 teams in Lawrence County, 8 baseball, 8 softball.
Mm-hmm.
The only team so far that has been eliminated from playoff contention is Newcastle baseball. It is possible, and actually pretty likely, especially if Wilmington can pull off a win today, that you will see 7 baseball and 8 softball teams in the postseason. Again, just a testament to the type of baseball and softball that you're seeing here on the Diamond here in Lawrence and Mercer County.
Oh, yeah, that's absolutely awesome. Looks like you might be busy here in the next couple weeks.
Make sure you keep that phone on. We're going to be calling you here for the postseason. We're just about ready for first pitch delivery, so let's take a look at today's starting lineups brought to you by the Crane Room Grill. We'll give a look at the starting 9 for the Mercer Mustangs first. Switching up a little bit with Woods, Fisher, Amos, Ryhall, Justin Amos, Sirocco, McFeely, Julock, and Dupuis as the starting 9, straight 9 today for Coach Art Amos in his 5th year as the head coach of Mercer, and a couple of freshmen in that starting lineup as well for the Mercer Mustangs. The one that really sticks out to me is you've had a freshman batting in the 4 or 5 spot all year in Justin Amos. Obviously, you know what Jaden's been all year long, but seeing what the freshman has done, and now you get another one in Cameron Woods, who's now leading off today for Mercer. Again, speaks volumes to kids having to grow up pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be ready to play. And these two, I mean, what I'm looking at here, man, they've stepped up and they're performing. Just another great testament of these programs. Shout out to Mercer's coach getting these guys ready to play.
The defensive alignment for the Wilmington Greyhounds in the outfield from left to right, Mistretta, Mitchell, Tree, and Guyan. On the left side of the infield, Sikorsky and Dewberry. Zahetner at second base, Hunter Jones at first. Danny Leonard behind the dish for left-handed junior Caden Wygant, a 2-1 record on the year. This will be his 6th start of the season, sporting a .292 earned run average, and you kind of alluded to it, the pitch to contact. Only 24 strikeouts on the year to 15 walks. Not a great ratio, not a bad ratio, but he's not a strikeout hitter, or a strikeout pitcher, I should say. Does a good job of mixing the locations and speeds, and a bit of an unorthodox kind of sidearm delivery as well to throw off some of these batters. So you're going to see a lot of stuff here, I think, from number 4 on the mound.
Oh yeah, he's got a unique delivery. I remember facing him against Sharpsville. Just trying to pick up that ball location is tough. Caden here, I mean, he does throw strikes, almost 61%. For me, the biggest category we always like to look at was whip. I mean, you're giving up less than 2 walks and hits per inning. It's going to be tough to score.
Yeah, can't score if you can't get on base, right?
Right.
Especially in the quote-unquote dead bat era of high school baseball here with the BB Core rules. Real quick, I want to ask your opinion. Do we have too many softball home runs happening at this point?
I mean, I see them every day. I see more and more and more. Maybe. I'm not sure what their regulations are on the bat, but
it's a little bit stronger than BB Core, but nonetheless, that's a debate that we've been having for a while. We've been really enjoying it. With that, first pitch delivery brought to you by Penn Ohio Bottled Water is in there for strike 1. 4:24 your time of first pitch. Pitch to number 24, Cameron Woods, in there to start today's contest. Woods hitting .295 on the year as the freshman. And that one tails away, evens the count at 1-1. And you'll get a lot, lefties in general have a good tailing action on their pitch, but especially when he's, 3/4 to full sidearm like Caden is.
Yeah, he's got some movement on that ball, so it's going to be good to watch today.
The 1-1. Off speed out in front. 1 ball, 2 strike to the freshman Woods. All singles, no extra base hits on the year for Cameron Woods. And I love the powder blue uniforms. And I'll tell you what I also like here for the freshman. Not the high socks, the long lost art.
This went away for a while. Looking for stirrups today, and I don't see any.
No stirrups, but trust me, I would take any chance we can get to have, if that became the norm, having the knee-high socks back everywhere. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter here today. That one misses outside, and the count runs full here in the top of the first inning. Mercer with a 5-2 record, 9-3 overall. Wilmington coming in at 3-3 in section play, a half game behind West Middlesex for 3rd place in the region. West Middlesex, again, the only 1A team in Region 1 with the mixed region setup. Payoff pitch, called, strike 3, up at the letters. Big first strikeout of the game. Woods couldn't get the bat off the shoulder.
Hey, he hit his spot. I think he was going for it, and we got one down on the top of the first.
That brings up the top hitter on the team, hitting .405 on the year, Cole Fisher, the junior shortstop. Went 1 for 4 the first game against Wilmington. Again, a 6-3 victory for the Hounds in that one. Back at Mercer, first pitch breaking ball and breaks around the plate for ball 1. Pat Amos coaching at third base. First base coach Gary Hartman for the Mercer Mustangs. That one tails away as well, 2-0 the count. Lots of excitement down there at the girls' game between Mercer and Wilmington. That's what Game Changer's good for, right?
Yep, I'm dropping in right now to look.
Now, we were talking. We almost did it last year for one of the games, trying to do a doubleheader, and considered it again today, but a lot of our other broadcasters out and unavailable as this 2-0 pitch is lifted foul and out of play. 2-1 to count. Fisher, 11 RBI on the season. Both these teams so junior laden. 5 juniors in the starting lineup for Mercer, 6 in the starting lineup for Wilmington. 2-1, tails away, 3-1 now the count. Here in the top of the first inning. Not a lot of games going on today in Lawrence County. Big one, though, softball-wise. Mentioned the one just down the hill, also really big. Newcastle at Plum. Newcastle wins that. They are in the postseason as well. 3-1. Down at the knees for called strike 2, and first 2 batters of the game, count running full. Yeah, I gave the home run question there, James, because first game against Plum, there were 9 home runs in that game. Final score of 18-16 was the final of that one.
Yeah, they were going today.
Payoff pitch from Wygant. Called strike 3 again, froze him on the inside corner. Painting the black. Back-to-back backwards Ks to start the game here for Caden Wygant.
It's a great start for him and just what they need.
That'll bring up Jaden Amos, and he's been rock solid, 3-year starter. Starting catcher today, leads the team with 13 RBI on the season. Batting from the left-hand side, lefty on lefty, and the first pitch downstairs for ball 1. So 2 out, big hitter coming up. As a coach, as a pitcher, what is it you're thinking in terms of how to attack?
It's nice to not have a guy on first or second with him up. I mean, he's got some raw power. We've seen it in the past. You just go at him. You know, you got wind blowing in for him. I mean, he definitely has the power to take that ball over 300. But, you know, at the end of the day, you got to trust this defense. They got a solid wall behind. Caden has a solid wall behind him. So we pitched to contact just like before and trust them to get him out.
Breaking ball in there, for strike 1, 2-1 to count. Yeah, wind blowing in, 315 down the lines, 365 in the power alleys and 380 to dead center.
Yeah, 380 to center. We got a big ballpark here. Yeah, 380 to dead center, and wind always blows in from right here, so it is not a lefty hitter's park.
Breaking ball misses away, 3-1 now the count. Trust me, I felt all 380 of those feet as we were setting up our strike zone cam out there.
It's pretty far.
That Newcastle game, by the way, 3-1 Newcastle leading Plum after 3 innings. So a much different story from the first game. This one chopped down the first base line, snagged there by Hunter Jones. He'll touch the bag and end the 1-2-3 top of the first inning. Mercer 0. Wilmington coming up to bat, so let's flip the script and take a look at the starting 10 for Coach Sikorsky's Wilmington Greyhounds. Zahetner, Dewberry, Mitchell-Tree, Jones, Leonard, Wygant, Bauer, Sikorsky, and Mastretta in the batting order. The designated hitter, Owen Bauer, hitting for right fielder Dom Guyan here today. And again, 6 juniors in that starting lineup. Just 1 senior starting, but very possible we could be seeing the other seniors coming off the bench, especially as a pitcher. Keep track of the Newcastle Plum game. Again, we mentioned Wilmington and Mercer. That game currently scoreless, it looks like, in the early going after 1 inning of play. In the softball game just there past center field, Neshannock taking on Harbor Creek today as a big softball game as well. On the baseball diamond, games in the region, Greenville in a non-region game at Cambridge Springs, at least scheduled as a game today, and Youngsville traveling to Reynolds in non-region action as well. I think both those games are going to be very indicative and very helpful to help with the seeding when it comes to playoff time, getting those cross-region games between potential playoff teams.
Absolutely, absolutely. We do have an update here with the softball game. It seems Wilmington's game changer was a little lagged, but they got a 3-0. Wilmington has a 3-0 lead here at the top of the 3rd.
We'll take that. Also keep an eye on the pitch count going on. 100 pitch limit. How did you feel about that as a coach? Because you got it for both eras, both with the innings limits versus the pitch count limit.
Yeah, I mean, I think all these coaches in here do a great job of protecting their players. I get it. You know, playoff time, you're always like one more. It's frustrating at times. I mean, but at the same time, player safety's got to be one of your top priorities. It would be great if, you know, you got that ace, and if it was like softball, you could get them out there every game. But with baseball, it's not the way it works, you know. So if you want to go deep, you want to make a run, you're probably going to need a couple guys that are ready to throw. So I get it, player safety, totally understand. That's why there's even more stress on just attacking the zone and being efficient.
First pitch swinging is Freddie Zettner. Ball bobbled it short, and he's going to be able to get there for a leadoff base runner. Cole Fisher unable to handle it there at short, and I hate to say it, but it's almost got to feel like deja vu. There were 5 errors in that game. Unfortunately, Fisher made 3 of them, and the first pitch of the game could not handle that one cleanly. So Freddie Zettner now at first base. Team high 10 stolen bases on the year for him as Dewberry takes a breaking ball for strike 1.
Freddie is an aggressive base runner. He takes a big lead over there. He dares the pitchers to go at him, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see him moving here shortly.
This one lifted down the left field line, going into foul territory. A lot of room in foul territory, and making the catch is Lincoln Sirocco for the first out of the inning. Let's take a look at the defensive alignment here for the Mercer Mustangs. Sirocco joined by Ryle and Pui in the outfield. Justin Amos, Cole Fisher on the left side of the infield with Cameron Woods and Drake McFeely on the right side. Jaden Amos behind the plate for Evan Julock, a .496 earned run average, 2-0 record with a couple of saves as well on the year. Good breaking ball in there for strike 1 to the left-handed hitting Chase Mitchelltree. Mitchelltree leads the team in just about every statistical category. 489 hitter, 17 RBI. Watches this one miss outside, evens the count at 1-1.
He is such a patient hitter, especially early in the count. Great vision. He knows what he's ready to attack, and man, that kid can hit hard.
8 extra base hits on the season. Breaking ball breaks around the plate, 2-1 the count. And I'm sure the stat, at least the one that stuck out to me, and I'm sure you would like it as well. How many strikeouts on the year?
3.
Yeah. Only 3 times has he struck out. Finds a way to put the ball in play. And like you said, when you put the ball in play, good things can happen.
I'll tell you, last year, I bet you I can pull him up, but he wouldn't have had many more last year. The guy, he barrels baseballs. It's just great to see.
3-1 pitch. This one fisted back, foul, and out of play, and the count runs full. Here in the bottom of the first inning. .72 degrees, mostly cloudy. Feels a lot cooler now that the sun has gone away. Payoff pitch, ground ball towards second base. Flip from Woods to Fisher for 1. On to first to complete the twin killer. 4-6-3 double play ends the inning. Leadoff man reaches on an error, but the double play ends the threat. We're scoreless through 1 inning of play between Wilmington and Mercer. Back in a moment. You're watching on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with a level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Zingley Opal or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Both pitchers getting the job done, retiring the first 3 batters that they face. A 1-2-3 inning for Caden Wygant, and on the other end, a leadoff error, but the double play ending the threat. Let's take a look at the numbers so far this year for junior Caden Wygant. Again, pretty solid job, especially. You like that whip stat, a 167 walks and innings pitched. Is that what you always looked at most closely as a coach?
Yeah, that was one of the ones we really harped on. I mean, we had some guys who didn't get hit hard. but they walked a lot of guys, and we had the opposite. You know, to us, we preach that you walk a guy, it's just like giving up a single. Sure, you can argue that back and forth. That's not the most important category, but you know, we could sit here and discuss numbers all day. I call it dialysis by analysis, but. For us as a pitching staff last year, that was one of the ones that we like to look at. We like to keep people off base, and as you alluded to earlier, if you're not on base, you're not scoring, especially at our place because we have a big field. It takes a lot to get that ball out and over. So,
and especially when the wind blows in like it is today, pretty steady, right, 10-mile-an-hour wind blowing in. And I promised, well, as soon as we say that, this one's ripped hard down the left field line. It's going to fall fair. Bouncing close to the fence, rounding first and heading to second is Aiden Ryle, and he's going to slide in there safely with a leadoff double.
That's baseball for you. As soon as you start, something happens.
Second double of the week. He had a double against Laurel in a non-region game on Wednesday, his third double of the year. Gets a runner in scoring position for Justin Amos, the freshman. Another lefty-on-lefty battle here. First pitch down at the knees for strike one. I promised Lee Moan and company, the math illiterates of our Sportsnet crew, that we would not do too much math discussion. We won't talk about finding Y prime and using your U substitutions.
I hope not. You might lose a couple subscribers over that.
Might gain a few. You never know.
Oh, true. You might pick a couple up.
Count even at 1-1. Amos hitting .324 on the season. Long pause, now wind and fire. Breaking ball misses outside, 2-1 to count. But Aiden Ryle there standing at second base. The senior been leadoff most of the year. Moved down to the 5-hole, now the 4-hole today, and worked as a leadoff here in the second inning. Driving that one right down the line and getting into scoring position.
Yeah.
Two one, able to jam Amos and count even at 2-2.
Wygant's delivery, it's just hard to pick up as a hitter because he's coming out to the side with it. It's not what you're used to as a batter. So these guys are going to have to make an adjustment here.
Here's a 2-2. Out towards right field, going back on it and making the catch is Dom Guyan, tracking it down for the first out of the inning. Hit hard, but a good track from the sophomore in right field.
Absolutely. Almost spoke too soon there about making that adjustment. He got that one, and great play by Dom there in right field.
Now, as a coach, if you were facing somebody like a Caden Wygant, I mean, is that something you try to simulate in batting practice? I mean, you don't know who you're going to face, obviously, but do you try to simulate that with more sidearm throws in BP?
Not necessarily. I mean, it's hard to get where he's coming from. Obviously, I don't know if I've ever had a lefty. I mean, we've had a couple players, but his coach is throwing BP. Trust me, if I tried, it would be hideous. But, you know, we just talked to him about making sure that priority number one is when you're on that on-deck circle, you got to find his release point. The quicker you pick up that ball, the more you're going to see. He throws a lot of junk, a lot of off-speed. He has a lot of movement. So the later you see that ball, the harder it's going to be to hit him.
Especially like that one right there, fastball missed outside. But when you have such good off speed, it makes the fastball seem 10 miles an hour faster.
Absolutely. He's hard to get used to. He's hard to get into a rhythm to. He does a great job of mixing up his pauses, his holds, even delivery with his slide step and a little bit of a higher leg kick. The ball jumps out at times.
1-1 pitch misses down and in, 2-1 to count. And you can tell he feels like he is the one in control when he's out there on the hill.
Yeah, he's definitely confident. Definitely confident. He's one of those guys that wants the ball, and you love having that on your team.
Lightning delays down in Allegheny County. Still rolling here. As storms rolling all through western Pennsylvania. They can stay far away from here, please, as that one stays outside. 3-1 to count.
Yeah, we got gray all around us, but that's all right. As long as it's not over top, we'll be all right.
Lincoln Sirocco hitting .300 on the year. Facing a 3-1 count in the top of the second inning. Outside corner for called strike 2. Mercer, a couple of big non-region wins early in the year from Mohawk and Grove City. Also defeated Iroquois early in the year. Payoff pitch is going to be lifted towards center field. Going back now, coming way in on it is Mitchell Tree. Fires it in for good show for the second out of the inning, as we do have some raindrops beginning to fall here at Wilmington.
That's a great response from Caden there. 2 flyouts to help hold that guy at second base, but we still got one more to take care of.
That's Drake McFeely, third left-hander in this Mercer lineup.
They got a lot of them.
Well, lefty pitcher certainly helping with those sort of matchups as a result. Senior with 9 RBI on the year. First pitch breaking ball, outside corner, strike 1. 5 first pitch strikes, 2 first pitch balls thrown so far here from Wygant. Best pitch in baseball, strike 1.
Absolutely.
Ryle stands at second base after his leadoff double. Wygant trying to work out of it as that one just misses inside. McFeely 0 for 2 against Laurel on Wednesday, but a couple of RBI groundouts in that game. Just another example of what you want as a coach. Just get the ball in play and make something happen, right?
Did a job. That's what matters.
1-1 pitch fouled back. 1-2 the count. Now, were you a coach that you liked calling pitches, or a coach, or one of your coaches on your staff calling pitches?
We went back and forth over the years. If we had a catcher who spent the majority of time with us, freshman, sophomore year, and 3 or 4 year starters, we try to kind of release that responsibility to them. We want them to learn the game, and it led to some discussions because in no way when I used to call pitches or my assistant, hindsight's 20/20. I mean, if it works, great, tip your hat. But if it doesn't, there's 4,000 variables that could have went wrong. Missed your spot, and what are you going to do? That's the thing about baseball. I feel like it's one of the most ridiculed sports. Sports, you're looking at it under a magnifying glass, and you can take back anything. But at the end of the day, when that ball's released, whatever happens, happens. So, we've tried both. I can't tell you, that was a great pitch.
Great off-speed pitch there. Fooled McFeely out in front, third strikeout of the game. The leadoff double stranded there at second base. We'll take another quick break, come back, and we'll finish the thoughts about who's calling the pitches. Nothing. Mercer and Wilmington on Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Hey, Mom, do you need a ride to the store today?
Oh, no thanks, hon. I got it covered. Mike's taking me.
Okay, well, you have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, right? I can take you to that.
No, I got it covered too. Mike's taking me.
Mike?
Yes, Mike's my Axe driver. Picks me up right at my door and even helps carry my groceries. It's so convenient to schedule and ride with Axe. Wish I would have called him sooner.
Okay, Mom. Sounds like you got it covered.
I have an apple pie ready to eat. How about you help me with that?
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with a level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Zingley Opal or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Good job there by pitcher Caden Wygant to get out of the jam after a leadoff double. Gets a couple of flyouts and a strikeout to end the threat. Yeah, I remember when I was coaching, there were a couple times where I let the catcher call the pitches, and a couple times, do you let your pitcher shake off if he doesn't like it and all that. But in the end, I'm kind of like with the network here. Sometimes I'm too much of a control freak, and I want to be involved.
I will say, for our pitchers, we would call any pitch in any situation, and if they weren't comfortable, they had our full support to shake. They just had to live with it,
Yeah.
And sometimes they made the right call, and I think, man, if I threw that fastball, he'd have been ready for it. That's how baseball is, and I couldn't tell you if I had a better winning percentage as a team when I call versus when we had guys call. At the end of the day, you're rolling the dice on everything that you decide.
Evan Julock in his second inning of work bounced in a breaking ball there to Hunter Jones. It's 4, 5, 6 hitters. Jones, Leonard, and Wygant here due up for the Greyhounds in the bottom of the second inning. A 9-pitch bottom of the first for Julock, and now falls behind 3-1 though here to the lone senior in the starting lineup for the Hounds. .3-1 pitch, and it's driven towards left field, but right at Lincoln Sirocco, who comes charging in to make the catch for the first out.
It's another good read out there by another outfielder. I mean, these wind conditions and that kind of hit ball, line drives are hard ones to read, and another ball put in play, well struck.
Now you can hear the wind picking up a little bit. Got some light rain on the radar. We're somewhat protected. The wind blowing a lot of the rain into us, though, here underneath the cover. First pitch misses to Danny Leonard. Takes the 1-0 pitch and drives it to right field, tailing, but again, right back to Adam Dupuis, who makes the catch for the second out of the inning. You've mentioned it. A couple of great plays reading the ball off the bat here in these windy conditions. The outfield's doing their job so far.
Yeah, I mean, I've played out there before, and those line drives are hard to read, especially with these windy conditions. So hats off to both sides of these defenses. I mean, they're doing a great job.
First pitch swing is Caden Wygant. This one's popped up on the right side. This is kind of in no man's land. That's going to fall in for a 2-out single. Just kind of fell between Cameron Woods going back and Adam Dupuis having to come running in.
Yeah, that one just kept on tailing away towards the line and just out of their reach.
First hit of the game for Wilmington. We'll see, will they use an axe courtesy runner? It looks like Caden will choose, well, they will choose to have Caden run for himself. Owen Bauer, first pitch misses upstairs for ball 1 to the junior DH. Contact hitter so far this year. No extra base hits on the year for Owen, but hitting .302 on the season and now has a 2-0 count to work with.
He's another patient hitter, and as you said, I mean, he finds the holes and he'll live with it. He does a great job at moving guys around the bases, so let's see if we can't move Caden into scoring position.
A little 2-out rally potentially, though he pops this one up back, and it's going to drift out of play towards the bleachers. 2-1 to count. Yeah, nice setup here. It's been probably about 15 years, actually. I believe the last time I was here was when I was standing out in center field playing in a non-section game.
We've had a lot of changes over those last 15 years. All great upgrades to this place, and it's nice to see.
2 balls, 1 strike to count. Another one popped up towards the right side, and again giving chase into foul territory this time, and making the chase well in the foul territory is Adam Dupuis to make that catch.
His outfielders are here to play today. He ran a long way for that ball. Long way.
So 3 flyouts in the inning, including that last one caught in foul territory. Keeps it scoreless through 2 innings of play between Mercer and Wilmington. We'll be back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
Well, coming up after the game, we'll announce our MVP of the game, brought to you by MVP Insurance. Get in the game at MVP Insurance, where they coach clients to better prices, better coverage. Call MVP for the win. 8-9-1 hitters due up, Julock, Dupuis, and Woods here for the Mercer Mustangs. Let's take a look. Do we have impact hitters here for today, Mr. Matt Flannery? Some of the top hitters we talked about for Wilmington, basically leading every stat category, was Chase Mitchelltree. Especially when you look at, almost 500 hitting, 17 RBI. Of course, leads the team in hit batsmen as well. 8 extra base hits on the year. On the other side, Cole Fisher, 405 average, leading the team, hitting in that 2-hole. I enjoy seeing more of the strategy aspect of putting your top hitter, your most consistent hitter, at the 2 spot rather than the 3 spot, as has been, kind of the quote-unquote tradition.
Yeah, we've had a lot of discussion there of how do we approach this. It's always nice, the power cleanup hitters, but I mean, we got a lot of big ballparks here in District 10. Not a lot of guys can put the ball out just because due to the sheer size. Trying to find a spot where you want your best hitter to go. It's nice in the 3 spot, but that is under the determination that one of the top 2, if not both, get on base. You put them in the 2-hole, even if that leadoff guy does get out for you, odds are you're going to get a guy on. And if we're speaking about Chase, a guy who likes to hit gaps, multiple base hits, he can quickly get himself into scoring position. And even with the single, he's quick enough to go take second. So,
3-pitch strikeout there, retires Evan Julock, 4th of the game already here for Caden Wygant. I think he heard me say he's not a strikeout pitcher. He took that personally.
He's doing a great job out there. He's keeping this Mercer team off balance, and he's getting a lot of arm side run with that 2-seam fastball of his. So he's definitely hard to hit today.
Adam Dupuis now the 9 batter. Not sure what's more impressive, the 2 catches he just made in right field or those bright pink spikes he's wearing. He squares the bunt, unable to make contact. Strike 1. First time through the lineup, 7 first pitch strikes thrown by Caden, just 2 first pitch balls thrown. Top of the 3rd inning here from Wilmington. Rain's been falling for the past probably 15 minutes or so. Nice off-speed pitch there, gets Dupuis to chase, 0-2. But we'll live through this.
Oh yeah, looks clear over there. So hopefully a little clear spot makes our way to us, but we'll see what Mother Nature decides.
See what Caden decides on this 0-2 pitch. Did he get him to go? He did. Back-to-back Ks, 5 now in the game. 5 strikeouts the first time through the order. Now top of the order coming up in Cam Woods. Danny Leonard shaking his head, throwing around the diamond after the strikeout, ended out in left field. Now you got to go get a new ball for your pitcher to get that one dried off. Woods struck out to lead off the game. First pitch swinging here, ground ball left side, taken there by Sikorsky. Over to first for the 3rd out of the inning. 5-3 retires the side in order. Remains a 0-0 ball game. As we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, a tradition we have here on the Lawrence County SportsNet is what we call the Melee Minute, where we take a look at the softball happenings across Lawrence County. So, Mr. Matt Flannery, go ahead and put us on the clock. We'll get you some updates of what's going on across the county. We'll start in Class 3A, where Elwood City and Mohawk both have made it into the playoffs. Their section seasons are done. Mohawk, the top team in the section, a 9-1 record. Elwood City with the win last night, giving them officially the number 2 seed out of the section. In Class 2A, in WPIAA country now, 16-0 on the year is Neshannock. How about this? Their batters went back to back to back in the first inning yesterday between Addie Fry, Gabby Quinn, and Peyton Newman. That's the 4th straight game with a home run for Peyton Newman. Also in Class 2A, Laurel and Shenango are postseason bound as well. Laurel getting a big Mercy Rule victory yesterday, as did the Shenango Wildcats. In Class 1A in WPIAL country, Union Scotties, how about this for a stat? They go 10-0 in an undefeated section championship, 149 runs for, 1 run against, 149-1 in their 10 section games. And Mia Pruz, we'll get some numbers on her because quite impressive. A couple of no-hitters and a perfect game in the month of April as well. Class 2A in District 10, Wilmington and Mercer going battle right now. Last score update we had on that one was 3-0 in favor of the Greyhounds. Now in the top of the 5th inning. Thank you there, Coach, for that one. Keep you posted there. And finally, Class 5A, the big one going on right now. Newcastle needs a win to make it into the postseason after 4 innings of play, tied at 5 against Plum. There's your Mailey Minute Plus here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. The Mailey Minute, keeping you in the game as we keep you informed of the softball happenings around Lawrence County. 8-9-1, Gavin Sikorsky, Michael Mastretta, and Freddie Zahetner due up for Wilmington here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And as the rain picks up a little bit here, as a pitcher and as a player, what is it you have to do to make sure you maintain that grip on the baseball? As this one's chopped towards short, coming in and making a fine play there is Cole Fisher, charging up to get the first out of the inning.
Oh yeah, this is the tough part, keeping that ball dry. I still think you got to stay aggressive. Obviously, get that ball in and out, and don't be afraid to request a new one. At the end of the day, you got to be able to have a grip on that ball, and battling the elements makes this a tough job.
Now Mastretta will step to the plate, hitting .217 on the season. He's first pitch swinging for strike 1. The other thing with the 100-pitch limit is, I like what you said. You want to be aggressive. You want to play your game. I've seen a lot of coaches almost unofficially or officially telling their kids, no, we're always taking the first strike just to get the pitch count up a little bit. How did you feel about that?
I mean, I'd be lying if I said I haven't used that strategy before. I mean, looking at today's game, he's at, 26 pitches here through 7 outs. We're battling elements here. We've had some solid hit balls, unfortunately, right at some people, and, maybe halfway through you make the adjustment of, we got to back off. You hate to tell your kids to not be aggressive, especially when we're barreling out baseballs, but
this one's popped up on the infield and all over the place up there, and finally the catcher, Jaden Amos, is able to make the catch. He was halfway to the pitcher's mound, came back into foul territory, and then made the catch in fair territory.
That ball had a lot of movement on it, a lot of movement.
Now, normally you would want one of your position players. I know you normally don't want the pitcher to take it, but I think I would have preferred that over the catcher dealing with that one. Facing the wrong direction. 2 up, 2 down go the Hounds. And now Freddie Zettner stepping to the plate. I was really impressed. You just popped up with that number 26 count all of a sudden. I remembered, A, he's a math teacher, and B, yeah, they have it written on the scoreboard up there. I love that, by the way.
That scoreboard was put in last year. Great addition. It's nice to see.
This one chopped and kind of an in-between hop. Justin Amos unable to get to it, so Zettner will reach base, for the second time on the error. And you could hear Coach from the dugout, got to charge the baseball, try to get that big hop. In-between hop messed him up.
Yeah, that's usually what happens. You sit back and then the ball ends up playing you. I alluded to last time, Freddie likes to move here. Wet ball.
First pitch swinging, chopped foul by Brody Dewberry for strike 1.
2-hitter up, 2 outs. I mean, got your best hitter on deck here. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get Freddie moved into scoring position here and try to make Amos make a play behind the plate.
Dewberry was 2 for 3 the first time against Mercer. Chases one up in the zone. Popped up on the right side of the infield, going back on the outfield grass. Now coming back in and unable to make the catch there is Cameron Woods. And I think, again, the wind getting up in the jet stream, anything can happen. So back-to-back errors with 2 down. Zettner running the whole way, able to get to third. Runners on the corners, and like you just alluded to, your top hitter coming to the plate.
You have the guy up you want.
Granlund with a double play in his first at bat. First pitch misses up and in. for ball one. This one roped up the middle. It's going to fall in for the first run of the game, an unearned run. RBI number 18 on the year for Chase Mitchelltree. Hounds on the board first.
Just a great piece of hitting, sending that thing right back up the middle where it came from. I mean, you put pressure on defenses, and you take advantage.
You said the wet ball, the wind, anything possible. The right man at the right spot, able to drive in the first run of the game. 7th run Wilmington has scored against Mercer, and they've all been unearned runs. Ground ball between short and third. That'll get into the outfield for a base hit. Rounding third and heading to the plate, and he'll score standing up is Dewberry. Back-to-back Toshiba RBI singles for Mitchelltree and Hunter Jones. Wilmington puts a crooked number on the board here in the bottom of the third. And as a coach, you expect you're going to be running any ball hit to the outfield with the grass now being wet. Got to get a good grip on the ball if you're an outfielder too.
Not only that, it's a little high out there today from the water last night, sun today. That ball slowed down pretty good. And like as you said, man, wet ball, you got to take advantage. It's been one of those games so far that, hey, man, let them throw and see what happens.
Danny Leonard, first pitch swinging. Grounder to Cameron Woods. He'll make the play for the third out of the inning, but damage done. 2 unearned runs on 2 hits with 2 errors. 2 runners stranded on the bags as well. We've played 3 complete. Wilmington takes a 2-0 lead over Mercer. Back in a moment. You're watching on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builders has been building our community for 70 years.
I mean, we're worried about Game Changer keeping with the pitch count. I can look right up on the scoreboard. This is nice, Coach. Tell you what. Scoreboard reads 41-37 on the pitches, but what matters, the 2-0 lead for Wilmington. Another couple of unearned runs there on the RBI singles. Toshiba RBIs. Give Dale a call at 412-290-2156 for all of your printer output device and digital workflow solutions, or you can visit business.toshiba.com and click find a dealer near you. What's it like being on the mic, Coach Jeremita?
Oh, this is a great time. I appreciate the invite. I love talking baseball. I love talking sports in general. You guys do a fantastic job getting to all these schools. I mean, I follow along, obviously, with you guys. I know pretty much what's going around the county, and I know big names because you guys do a great job putting them out there. I'm sure you don't get the recognition you should, but I'll say it. I know I appreciate it as a coach. Your word, your post, everything that you guys do helps get these athletes, helps push them into college. Not saying that their coaches don't do that, but any extra publicity they can get goes a long way, and it's nice to keep up with everything that's going on.
I greatly appreciate those words, and glad to have you on board. It's always fun to talk baseball. Baseball was always the sport that I enjoyed most and felt like I could always talk the most about, but you know, when I got my start with MSA and Trib, I mean, let's face it, most people want to be broadcasting the baseball or the football and the basketball games, and you know, baseball might be a sport that they've picked up secondarily or kind of learned about it. I love talking X's and O's, especially on the baseball diamond.
It's one of those things you try not to think too hard about, but yet you try to think hard about.
You can think as much or as little as you want.
Sometimes the results are the same.
As a coach, we think probably too much, and then what do we tell our kids? Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
It's just a game. Go out there and have fun. And meanwhile, I'm running 15 different scenarios through my head while guys are trying to hit. We really slimmed back on that our last couple of years and let these guys just play the game they know how to play.
Good sequence of pitching there from Caden Wigan. Gets one off the end of the bat to retire Cole Fisher 4-3 on the putout. Fisher, Amos, and Ryle here due up for Mercer in the top of the 4th inning. Again, looking at the region standings, Greenville 6-1 to lead the region. Mercer at 5-2 on a 6-game winning streak. Last loss came at home to the Hounds. And West Middlesex 4-3, and Wilmington a half game behind right now coming into today's game at 3-3. First pitch swinging. This one's going to be driven deep into the right center gap, and this is going to fall in for a base hit. Mitchelltree quickly up, and he's somehow going to hold Amos to a single.
He takes fantastic routes. We called him the Swiss Army knife last year. He played a little bit of everything for us. You name the position, pretty much besides first and short, he was there. I mean, I think he's just a natural outfield. Jaden's a quick guy. Get that ball in and keep him off a second is huge.
And honestly, a pretty good read by Jaden as well, realizing there was no chance he was going to get there.
At least those two play on the same Ohio organization over at Scene Park. So they're pretty familiar with each other. They got a lot of respect, obviously, for each other. So it'll be fun to watch them play. It
has been fun seeing that over the last few years of before a game, players on opposing teams coming over and chatting and being overall friendly. This one's popped out of play before you're about to go and do battle against them. It's because, you're enemies one day, teammates the next day, and vice versa. Some of these teammates will be facing each other come travel ball time.
And my assistant last year, Sean Boyer, and I, we coached the 18U Avalanche up at Scene. So, with Greenville last year, seeing Nick Soldrich, Noah Filson, Jack Strasser.
This one's lined right back through the box, and it'll make its way into the outfield.
Seeing all those guys, it's frustrating, but it's rewarding at the same time. You spend months with them over the winter, over the summer, and like you said, we're great until those 3 hours we play each other across on separate dugouts, and then we can go back to being friends again. But it's so rewarding working with all these guys. Obviously, Chase will be up with us next year. Jaden has just moved up to our 18U organization this year. It might be a little bit easier now that I don't have to face them during the school week. So.
Called strike one to Justin Amos. We have a Newcastle Transit Authority out-of-town scoreboard. How about a 2-run home run for the freshman Zoe Shields? Makes it an 8-5 Newcastle lead. That's a huge one again. Newcastle needs to win that game. If they win that game, they are in the playoffs. Oh, and 1 the count to the freshman.
We got some excitement over on the softball field. I think something went over the fence again for another time.
Yeah, it looks like Mercer this time going a trip around the bags. Count even at 1-1. Amos, how about the freshman, leads the team in runs scored. I'm not talking about a kid who sees the ball well. 14 drawn walks on the year as well. Throw over the first base, and they got him. The pickoff move. Caught him napping over at first. The pickoff retires Aiden Ryle.
It's a big second out here. Still got a guy in scoring position, but you take that tying run off the base, and that's big.
Now they had a pickoff move on the last pitch going to second base, and that one looked like Hunter Jones just snuck in behind for the throw. Chop to the right side. Second baseman there, Zettner flips it over to end the inning and end the threat. 2 singles, but a pickoff and a ground out ends the threat here in the top of the 4th inning with a runner left stranded on the bags. Midway through, it's 2-0 Wilmington over Mercer back here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Hey, Mom, do you need a ride to the store today?
Oh, no thanks, hon. I got it covered. Mike's taking me.
Okay, well, you have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, right? I can take you to that.
No, I got it covered too. Mike's taking me.
Mike?
Yes, Mike's my axe driver. Picks me up right at my door and even helps carry my groceries. It's so convenient to schedule and ride with Axe. Wish I would have called him sooner.
Okay, Mom. Sounds like you got it covered.
I have an apple pie ready to eat. How about you help me with that?
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet.
Might get a break in this weather.
We're hoping. The rain is starting to lessen up slightly, it feels like. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning, Wilmington holding on to a 2-0 lead. You said it after the quick first inning. You want to get a lead here today and quickly get into the fifth, because it's very possible that you hit that 5-inning mark and all could be said and done.
Yeah, that mound gets slick real quick, and last thing you need is, to put a player in jeopardy or risk possible injury for another inning or two. I mean, nobody wants to see it end early. Well, of course, you're on the winning side of things, but everyone's big on player safety. These coaches do a great job taking care of their guys. So hopefully this rain lessens up. It looks, the way it's been moving, it looks pretty good out there. So hopefully we get a little break in the action and
break in the rain action. We don't want to lose any of the action on the field here for sure. Wilmington looking now to extend their 2-0 advantage with 6, 7, 8 hitters due up, Wygant, Bauer, and Sikorsky. Caden Wygant, who had a 2-out single in his first at-bat. First pitch misses upstairs for ball 1. Mentioned some of the games we got coming up next week. Union, they're in the playoffs in baseball. They'll be hosting Winchester Thurston on Monday. See how the weather looks there. May be able to make that one happen. That one's fouled back and out of play. Also, hopefully, we'll be looking at Neshannock hosting New Brighton on Monday night. Shenango hosts Freedom on Tuesday. We'll likely be there at Chuck Tanner Field for that one. 1-1 breaking ball stays upstairs, makes the count 2-1. Also some softball on Monday as Newcastle finishes their year against Shaler, and Wilmington will be hosting Laurel in a nice non-section game. That game rained out from earlier in the season. And Wilmington will be back here, or actually that'll be a road game at West Middlesex, under the lights at West Middlesex on Tuesday. A 7 o'clock start for that one. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, swung on and missed, squeezed behind the plate for the strikeout. First strikeout of the day, actually, for Evan Julock. Came in with 11 Ks, 11 walks on the season. Also some county baseball action over the weekend. Shenango hosting Newcastle tomorrow morning. First pitch swinging is Owen Bauer. Lifted into center field. Ryle will track it down for the second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down. Gavin Sikorsky coming up to bat. Sikorsky, similar to what we just talked about with Justin Amos on the other side. A kid who just sees the ball very well. 12 drawn walks on the year. He's first pitch swinging, lined foul. Just past Coach Sikorsky down there at third. First year head coach, former coach at Sharpsville. Still teaches at Sharpsville, right?
Yes, PE teacher.
Strike 2 to the younger Sikorsky. Michael played at Slippery Rock, part of the Butler County Sports Hall of Fame, actually.
Another very humble guy. He doesn't project himself, never did. Had to do a little digging on him to figure out who exactly he was. But, when I knew I was going to leave this position and he was the volunteer last year, if he got the job, I at least felt better than I knew it was going to be left in good hands. After 10 years, so much time invested, last thing you want to see is, a program to kind of get rooted up and kind of turned for the worse. But, you know, he's a great guy, has so much baseball knowledge, probably more than I'll ever know. So I know he'll do good things here.
Full count now drawn here by Gavin.
I'm waiting to see if he's peeking over his left shoulder there. His daughter's starting catcher for the Greyhounds on the softball diamond there, so I'm sure he's trying to sneak a peek every now and then.
He couldn't have angled the scoreboard a little bit or thrown a little mirror. How about that, though? Gavin, after going down 0-2, able to draw the walk. And I mentioned, you know, all those walks on the year. He has his average actually not that great, a 114 batting average, but his on-base percentage is near 400 now because of the fact that he can just find a way to get on base. Now 5 in a row that have missed as Mistretta watches that one sail upstairs. Part of the Triple M's with Jamie Miller and Chase Mitchell-Tree, part of that three-headed backfield
yes.
that made it and won a District 10 championship.
And they are all coming back next year.
Throw behind there at first base. Good slide back by Sikorsky to go around the tag. (2-0) now the count. And I'll tell you what, the pitch count's starting to become an issue. Julock 9 pitches and 12 pitches in the first 2 innings. Now 16 in each of the third and the fourth as that one swung on and missed. Count now 2-1. I mentioned not many seniors on this baseball team. What, only 2 on the entire football team.
Yeah, they
from last year.
graduated too, and you know, their course coming back. They had a lot of success last year, making it into the States, get a couple games in there, but that whole course coming back, and they're going to be fun to watch.
2-2 pitch is lifted to deep left field. Sirocco going back, turning, and he's going to not be able to make the catch. Running the whole way was Sikorsky. He rounds third, coming to the plate. Here's the throw. It won't be in time. See how they rule it, but for now it looks like it may be the first RBI of the year for Michael Mistretta. And for the second straight inning, 2-out Lightning for the Wilmington Greyhounds. Never an easy out.
Nope. That's what we told these guys, and I'm sure they know it. Strikeout does no good. Put that ball in play, and, you know, Michael took that for a ride. He put that ball out there. Long way to track that one down, and he just couldn't come up with it, unfortunately.
Yeah, good job. Sirocco turned, got back, but actually I think the wind maybe brought it back in a little bit because he almost essentially overran it.
Yeah, you know, we're 330 feet away from where he was at. Wet grass, maybe a little bit of a slip there, but that ball was put out there.
The 1-1 to Zettner, ground ball right side. Good job to come over and get it there from Woods as he was covering second. And he's able to make the play to end the inning. But another run across the board for Wilmington. They now lead 3-0 through 4 innings of play. We'll take a break, be back in a moment here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenia Leopold or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
To the top of the 5th inning we go. I want to give another shout out to our friends at Penn Ohio Bottled Water. We will have another podcast coming out over the weekend looking at the playoff scenarios going on. And again, just to say it in about as plain terms as possible, If Newcastle softball wins their game, I believe that means all 8 teams in the county will be playoff bound, which is absolutely incredible to think. And Wilmington with a win today should, it's not official, but I believe that should secure a playoff bid for them. That would mean we'd have 7 of the 8 county schools in the baseball playoffs. And I guess while we're talking about it, got to mention, come playoff time, playoff rights fees and everything comes up, we won't be able to give broadcasts the way we normally do here on Lawrence County SportsNet, so make sure anything that you can do to help with those rights fees allows us to get more games on the air, whether it be audio or video, and sometimes we don't even have the choice of whether it's audio or video with the NFHS guidelines, especially in the WPIAA playoffs. So any help you can give, and give a little shout out to your business as well, we would greatly appreciate that help. Please send us information, message us on social media, email me, jdotson@lcap.org. Any chance to get those games on the air, we want to make it happen, but we cannot do it without your help. We were able to get Wilmington baseball and softball in their postseason runs last year on the air, though I know Coach Jeremy will not want to be talking about that one. And this is upstairs, 3-0 the count to Lincoln Sirocco. Sirocco, McFeely, and Julock here due up for the Mustangs in the top of the 5th inning.
This is the point where you're, into the 5th inning here. Mercer's having a little trouble getting some consistency and rhythm against Caden Wigan. I mean, he's throwing fantastic. I was going to say, if we get this leadoff batter on, this might be a good position here to maybe try to get a little sacrifice down. I mean, Wilmington hasn't had to do too much here yet defensively. Put a little pressure on this defense and see if we can't get some guys moving. So we'll see how Coach Amos takes this one.
4-pitch walk. First one issued today by Wigan. Now need to just reset. Line fire, first pitch swinging, and that's going to be chopped right past Hunter Jones. 2 on, nobody out, and just like that, tying run comes to the plate.
Well, good thing I'm not there, because I probably would have just gave up an out to go with a guy in scoring position, but that's how baseball works.
I was going to say, after 4 straight balls, I'm surprised you're swinging.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? He got what he wanted and found a hole.
Like I say all the time, that's why I'm the one here on the mic. You said your daughter has begun with some of the sports. Any softball, baseball interest being shown from your kids yet?
Yeah, she just had her first softball game yesterday of this year. It's kind of nice to watch. Also big into soccer at this time, and you know what? I'm happy for her. We're trying not to.
Ground ball back to the pitcher to short for 1, and to first for the twin killer. And that's one I know you preach big time. You've gone through it in the IO. Hard one to 2, easy 1 to 3. Ground ball right back to him. He takes twin killer.
Yeah, absolutely. Great play. I mean, that's never an easy throw to make, going across the mound like that. Great double play ball there to erase a pretty big threat here early in the 5th. Well, now with 2 outs into the 5th.
Adam Dupuis will step to the plate. All singles on the year for the right fielder as well. First pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. And that's one of the biggest differences I've seen. That ground ball right there to get the double play. Softball, that's 100% every time going to third base.
Yeah.
It takes a while to get used to that, both in the fast pitch and in the Sunday slow pitch leagues.
And, being up 3-0 in the 5th, when you're thinking about stuff like that, sure, him being a lefty probably could have went to third base there, but, 2 outs, you take your chances, trust your defense, and he's out of another jam.
He does, as Freddie Zettner corrals that one for the 3rd out of the inning. So a walk and a single with the double play, a runner left stranded in scoring position. To the bottom of the 5th, Wilmington leads 3-0 over Mercer. Back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all the Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team, school, and family in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for business and homeowners in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial projects. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
Wilmington gets out of a jam. They still hold a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning. We got some action down in the other Wilmington-Mercer game just a few hundred yards away. Now in the 7th inning there, Coach?
Yeah, top of the 7th here. Mustangs have girls on first and second with no outs. Down 2, so we'll see if Stella can shut the game out there for the Greyhounds.
I mean, we talk about the balance of pitching you're seeing here for both Mercer and Wilmington baseball teams. I've loved what they've done with the Wilmington pitching staff, consistently throwing 3 pitchers and really mixing them all in, keeping the arms fresh all year.
Yeah, a little change for today's game. Stella's been out there for all 6.
As soon as I say that, right?
Yeah, but I mean, she's only given up 1 earned run, has 8 strikeouts with no walks. She's pitching well, and, you know, that's another thing. How long do you leave your guy or girl in for? And you just trust your gut and don't look back.
This one's chopped foul. 2-2 now the count to Brody Dewberry, hitting .277 on the year. Reached on an error and scored in the 3rd. By the way, going back to that 4th inning, it was ruled an error on Mastretta's fly ball, so still no runs batted in on the year for Michael Mastretta, though his hit did bring in a big insurance run. And this is going to be error number 4 as that game wild from Amos at 3rd, and going to second base on the play is Dewberry.
Yeah, you said it earlier in the game, possible deja vu.
5 errors in the first game. That's 5 errors here today now for Mercer.
Guy in scoring position and the one guy you don't want to see up if you're the Mustangs.
Chase Mitchell-Tree extended his team high in RBI, 18th run batted in on the year. First ball in the dirt, 4-1. We never took a look at our official works in progress keys to the game, did we, Matt? There it is, right on cue, mistake-free. And they certainly have not been today, unfortunately, with the 5 errors for the second game against the Greyhounds. Another one downstairs, 2-1 now the count to Mitchell-Tree. And for Wilmington was all about, you know, finding guys on base and getting those timely hits. Not many hits the first game, not many hits today either. The second one of the game for Chase. Rounding 3rd is Dewberry. Throw coming to the plate is going to throw now down to second base into center field. Mitchell-Tree is not going to advance. He'll hold there after his second RBI single of the game, scoring Dewberry.
Keep the pressure on him. I mean, they're putting balls in play. We talked about earlier, Chase is just a fantastic hitter. He'll take whatever is given to him, and he'll put the ball where he needs to. Another great base hit, and got another run.
So Dewberry reached on an error twice and has scored twice now. Wilmington's extended the lead now to 4-0. Still nobody down. You're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Now Hunter Jones, right up there in the RBI category. He's now got 16 on the year after his single scored a run in the 3rd. By the way, another unearned run for the Hounds, taking advantage. That one's popped back and out of play. Newcastle leads Plum 9-6 in the bottom of the 6th inning of that one. This one's lifted towards left field, right at Lincoln Sirocco. He'll make the catch for out number 1, but even that one looked like an adventure with the swirling wind out there in the outfield.
Yeah, it's tough out there. It's tough out there.
Well, we know too much from experience.
Oh, yes.
How tough it can be.
Yes, both playing and coaching. I mean, some of these guys make it look so easy, and I know I've went out there before. And
first pitch swinging, and that's past the diving Cole Fisher for a Danny Leonard RBI single.
I mean, that's the thing about Wilmington these last couple games. They're getting those timely hits. You know, they're getting guys on, and they're finishing a job. That's always something that we used to look at is, you know, you could have 8, 9, 10 hits a game and put up no runs just because they get scattered across 7. But today I think they're doing a great job of when they got guys in scoring position, they're getting them over and in.
Now to the plate, Caden Wygant looking to help his own cause. Watches the first one miss upstairs for ball 1. Coming after the game, we'll also have our Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game award. We've had some great plays in the outfield. We've got a couple double plays in the infield. We're going to have a lot to choose from. It's a pickoff move. Leonard able to get back. No courtesy runners today. Courtesy runners brought to you by Axe Service for more information. 1-1 now the count to Wygant. That one misses downstairs. Count now 2-1. 1 for 2 today is Caden. .60 pitches thrown on his side. How about that? Talked about it during the break. Started last inning with a 4-pitch walk. Retired the next 3 batters on 4 total pitches. 8-pitch inning, certainly a way to keep that pitch count down as he fouls this one back to the screen. Count 2-2.
That's just a testament to his composure, you know. It's tough. 4 straight balls, you know, you could quickly kind of get yourself in a habit, and he just kind of shrugged it off, worked with that lead, and got 3 outs in, what'd you say, 4 pitches, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great turnaround for him.
There was also a single in there. I mean, keep that in mind. Ground ball up the middle. Another one just past the diving Cole Fisher. 3rd hit of the inning. 2nd of the game for Caden Wygant. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Owen Bauer to the plate. On Monday, 2 for 3 with 2 RBI was the junior DH in the win against Slippery Rock. That was a non-region win, but very big one to get them started for the week and get everything back on the right track, essentially, after the 3-game losing streak that Wilmington had against Greenville, Sharpsville, and Howland.
Yeah, that Slippery Rock game is a good quality win. I mean, that's a good baseball team there. A lot of good hitters, 1 through 9 for them, and you know, Wilmington's starting to put all these pieces together that they struggled with in the beginning of the season, and it's nice to peak towards May, you know? Get that momentum going into the playoffs here and carry it in.
And it is the month of May, and we love it. Especially if you're a race fan like I am. Swung on and missed there for Bauer. Count now 2-2. Lots of action. Looks like another run across the board for Mercer in that 7th inning for the girls.
Yeah, I think they might have just taken the lead here. It was 2-3. And now we have a 3-3 game.
This one foul back and out of play. Count will remain at 2-2. We actually had a couple of 4-3 Mercer. Wow, all of a sudden. We had a couple of games actually earlier this week that featured baseball and softball playing each other at the exact same time, at the exact same location. One of them being Shenango Laurel. We did both those games on Monday. We were able to get that one done. We said, yeah, but it was still a half mile away.
Oh, we got
and that one's out of the. That one almost ended up on the baseball field.
And you'll never guess who it was this time.
Yet again, huh?
Yet again. Yet again.
So Mercer now with a 7-3 lead, excuse me, on the softball diamond. We said, how cool is it, though? I mean, I said Wilmington would be one of the top places to be able to host a situation like this, where you could have people literally right between the two fields watching both games at the same time. Support your schools. I think that'd be absolutely awesome to make that more of the commonality, actually.
Yeah, I mean, we do get some overlap games, not always, but with, all the cancellations that you're going to get during this time of the year. A lot of these parents have kids on both sides, relatives on both sides, coaches. Mike Sikorsky's got a son and a daughter on both sides, and to be able to watch them both and just kind of turn around would be great. Actually, when I showed up here, I wasn't quite sure if you guys were going to be out in center field.
We considered it. we definitely considered it.
It's just a long way to home from there.
Yes. I'll tell you a story about that in a moment of trying to call a game from center field. If we had Lee or Tim or one of our other broadcasters available today to try to do both games at once, we for sure would have. So being in center field calling a game is not the easiest thing in the world. It's just another one fouled back to the screen. Count will remain 1-2. You ever been out to Summit Academy?
I have not.
So the best way I can try to describe it is, imagine, so their baseball field overlaps their football field.
Okay.
Okay. So imagine that second base is the pylon in the back corner of the end zone. And that means that home plate is even further away off the field. The only place there was power for us to connect when we did Summit Academy was the football press box. And by football press box, I mean football no-cover stanchion. We estimated about 550 feet away from home plate.
That's a far distance call a baseball game there, but
especially when it was Summit Academy against Aliquippa, of which Summit Academy lost, and that was Aliquippa's first win after a 110-game losing streak.
Oh, wow.
Runners go with full count and 2 down. It's popped up in foul territory, giving chase right in front of the dugout, and a great catch made by Justin Amos. Lots of foul ground here at Wilmington, and that's 3 foul outs that the Mercer Mustangs have been able to snag there, Coach.
Yeah, that's the out that just looks like a F5 there, but you know what? That's a tough play, finding that fence line and staying with it and staying composed to track that one in. That's just a great catch by him.
2 runs on 3 hits. There was also an error, and a couple runners left stranded on the bags. Through 5 innings, it's a 5-0 Wilmington advantage. Back in a moment. You're watching on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet.
Since 1911, the City Rescue Mission has been serving our community by providing food for the hungry, shelter for the homeless, and hope for the lost. We continue to love all that come through our doors, extending mercy and providing grace just as God has done for each of us, serving with a compassionate heart and sharing the good news of the gospel and the hope we all have in Jesus Christ, just like we've done since 1911. We can't do this alone, and we continue to need your help.
We had some changes for the Wilmington Greyhounds. We'll get to those in a moment, but a 5-0 lead through 5 innings. Only 3 hits in the first 4 innings of play for Wilmington, but 3 hits there in the 5th. Starting to get in the swing of it, no pun intended there, but they are a station-to-station team, aren't they? Not a lot of extra base hits on the year, but they get the timely hits, at least they are today, and that's going to be key for Wilmington the rest of this year.
Absolutely. Those timely hits when you get guys on is the stat you don't get to see. I mean, sure, you can win a game with 50 hits and you can win them with 3 as long as those 3 come at the right time. And, for today, they're getting the guys in scoring position and they keep finding a way to produce those runs time and time again. So it's carried him through 5 here. We'll see how these last 2 go.
So the new arm on the hill is Owen Bauer. He started the game as the DH, so yay, Professor Briggs. I believe this is the 5th time already this year we can say that we have lost the DH.
I remember those umpire meetings, and it was always straight nine. They loved the straight nines. But, you know, it's situations like this where you get a guy that can come in and hit for himself. It's good to see for him.
Oh, guess what we focused on in the PIAA officiating class this week?
I'm going to guess lineup cards.
Lineup cards, yes, we did. I printed out mock lineup cards for everybody to go, and I love making the I made the lineup card, and the top baseball hitter at Union, put him at the number 3 batter. And then I said, oh, wait, there are 10 guys here. That means he forgot to mark which one's the DH. And I'd, of course, make him be the one I was being DH'd for, just to make him mad. So much fun. Great class. I can't thank Union enough for bringing that along and for allowing me to work with it and try to, you know, we know all too well about the officiating shortage going on across the Commonwealth. I'm glad to be able to fight against it.
Yeah, that's a great opportunity, especially for these kids to get out there and experience all this. You know, a lot of them have a lot of knowledge about the sport, and you know, this gives them the chance to apply it. PIAA, I think, I mean, hats off to them for allowing this to happen and get these guys fed into this program. And you know, I'm sure we're going to see some guys carry that throughout high school, and it'd be nice to get some more umpires.
You're not wrong about that.
I don't think we'll ever see the day where we get to see 3 guys on the field except for playoffs, but one can hope, right?
Right. The 0-2 pitch, breaking ball, misses off the plate. Count now 1-2. Cameron Woods, and you know, we talked about it actually here just between innings. Only 60 pitches thrown there from Caden Weigand. Thought maybe let him go another time, but this is the 3rd time through the order. Not a bad time to switch things up.
Yeah, he did great on the mound. I mean, extremely efficient, like we talked about in the beginning of the game. Pitch to contact. I think he ended with 6-7 strikeouts, maybe.
5 officially.
Five.
But it was all the first time through the order. So
yeah, absolutely. So, you know, to have 5 strikeouts, only 60 pitches. I mean, great job for him.
Swing and a miss for strike 3 to retire Woods. Second time that he's gone down on strikes today. So 5 strikeouts, 1 walk for Weigand. Gave up 4 hits in his 5 innings pitched. And now Owen Bauer on the hill. I believe, yeah, that is Caden out there in right field.
Correct.
Now to the plate is Cole Fisher. He's first pitch swinging at a breaking ball for strike 1. Owen Bauer on the year, only 2 innings pitched.
Yeah, he was nursing an arm injury there in the beginning of the season. So he's back. He's starting to get back into it. I will tell you, man, he has a wicked curveball, that kid. He likes to throw it. He spots it up, and it's a big adjustment for these hitters.
Yeah, threw a nice one there on the first pitch to Fisher. Now 1-1 to count. Here in the top of the 6th inning. A 5-0 Hounds advantage. Another good breaking ball. Catches the top of the zone for strike 2. Hey, looking ahead to the playoffs, again, you got still 2 weeks of games remaining here in District 10. You're going to have a very competitive Class 2A. Most of Class 2A very senior heavy a year ago. It's a lot of new faces coming in. And breaking ball again, catching the top of the zone. Back-to-back Ks to begin the 6th inning. But looking at that, you got Greenville, Mercer, Wilmington, Sharpsville. All up in the top, or all up at the top of these standings.
Yeah, we graduated.
What, 4 or 5 last year?
We graduated 4 or 5. Greenville lost, I want to say 4. Sharpsville. I think pretty much everybody here lost quite a few, except Lakeview, who got to retain their big core, and they're playing well. But yeah, a lot of good players left last year, and a lot of them are playing at that next level. So.
Yeah, and we thought Lakeview would be the team to watch out for. Then you got Sagertown, as you mentioned, coming down, and Mercy Hills Prep, obviously a big-time component there, a 2A team by about 1 or 2 in the enrollment.
Yeah, in Sagertown, we never got to face them. I think we might have played them once in a kind of exhibition match. From what I remember from the few years, I mean, they're always well coached. They're always sitting at the top. Obviously, they're proving themselves moving up from 1A to 2A this year. That up north, I mean, there's a lot of good teams, but down here, man, these teams down here are scrappy. They know how to play. They know how to grind games out. So it'll be fun to watch once that week hits the playoffs.
And no dominant pitchers anywhere, overly dominant of like, hey, you're facing them, you might be in trouble. So I like seeing that again, building the staff. 3-0 pitch and a green light, lifted to deep center field, but tracking it down out there in right center is Mitchell Tree to make the catch. Another 1-2-3 inning. We'll keep it right here on the Lawrence County SportsNet as we had an extended pregame show. We're all right with the love for the sponsors because I want to pick the brain of Coach over here because District 7 began about 5 or 6 years ago with the series in the same week, playing against the same section or region opponent in back-to-back days. Not the case in how it's set up here in District 10. It's the old format of you play everybody once and then you play everybody the second time later in the year. What are your thoughts? Would you have enjoyed having the back-to-back games to make a section series like that, or do you more prefer this old style?
I'm actually glad you asked that question. I've thought about it quite a bit. And just last year, being one of the top teams, you knew when you ran into Lakeview, you'd get Maddox Bell. Greenville, you'd get Noah Filson. I mean, you knew you were getting the top dogs, which I think prepares you better for the playoffs. I mean, you're going to see those guys time and time again, but at the same time, when you get into those playoff games with their current setup, you don't always get your ace in there every single game. So to be honest, thinking about the two, I would rather see back-to-back games. I think you get a more complete picture of your team, of your pitching staff, and just being able to manage that, I think would help coaches in the playoffs too, because if you're dealing in game one with your ace, you get him out, you get to your other guy, give him a break. Like, how exactly do you get to do that? And then when you roll into the playoffs and you got to make that decision where you're up 5 runs in the 5th, do you pull your starter to save him for Thursday, or do you keep him in there to secure the win? And it's tough. So,
and I end up feeling the same way because the state playoffs, it's the same setup as the District 10 playoffs. You play Monday, Thursday, Monday, Thursday. The WPIL, to stay with the idea of the back-to-back, is they have quarterfinals and semifinals on back-to-back days. So even in the playoffs, you have to make sure you have the pitching staff available. You can't just rely on one guy, which, again, I love. You got to be able to develop more than one pitcher.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, thinking on it, there's pros and cons to both sides, and you can weigh them as much as you want. At the end of the day, you're going to pick a side and go with it. For me personally, I would have loved to see these teams back to back. Because one game you run into a team, they could just not have a good game, and the next time something completely different, and vice versa. But I think, like I said, you get a better picture of exactly what you're dealing with, each staff, yours and the team you're facing, when you get to be able to play these guys back to back. So I don't know if the change will ever happen. I don't know if it's due to the umpire shortage here with District 10 and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of things to consider, but I guess we'll see what happens in the next couple years.
District 7 even is doing a 3-game series when it comes to the Class 6A section series, which I think is also a really cool idea. I'd love to be able to see a way. I mean, you're never going to be able to get championship games to turn into championship series, but that would be also baseball, it is. It's a series sport. I would love to be able to see more series even in the postseason. That's probably a big-time pipe dream, but...
Yeah, I'd say so, especially with these smaller schools and the number of guys you can throw. I mean, we're talking 5 and 6A. I'm sure they got as many pitchers as some rosters we see in some games. That would be awesome, though, Maybe one day, just the championship series, best of 3, back-to-back, doubleheader one day, and then, I don't know, maybe a day off and you play again, or the next day.
Yeah. Or even if it's a semifinal series and then you allow just, one championship game. Like, I would be down for that even.
Yeah. I mean, you run into the wrong or the right pitcher at the wrong time. I mean, he deals. I mean, like for us last year, we were a team that hit almost 380 last year, averaged almost 10 runs a game, faced Sharpsville down at Teal. Colin Sumner's pitched fantastic. Held us to, I think, 1 or 2 hits. A lot of hard hit balls for us. our only base hit was a little flare down the right field line, and you know, you play that game again, and anybody could have won it. It was just two good teams going at it, and unfortunately for us, we weren't the team on top. But you know what? It was a blast. I mean, those kids gave it their all, and now they're on to do some better things.
Two good teams going at it here as well, as we have a new pitcher out there, by the way, in Lincoln Sirocco. And got a 3-pitch strikeout, now induces a Freddie Zettner ground out, 2 up, 2 down for Sirocco here in the top of the 6th inning. And we just had looks like a scoreboard malfunction, because it is definitely not 29-0. There we go.
Or we missed a lot of action.
Hey, we were chatting for a good time there. We were having a good time. Brody Dewberry now stepping to the plate. Bottom of the 6th inning, last chance coming up from Mercer. They'll have Ryhall, Justin Amos, and Sirocco due up. Pop up, center field. Barely having to move is Ryhall. He'll make the catch. First 1-2-3 inning of the day for the Mercer Mustangs on defense, but they trail 5-0. Last chance coming when we return for Mercer. You're watching on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination. Top of the 7th here at Wilmington Area High School. It has cooled down big time, but the Storms have stayed away. The Bats certainly have not for the Wilmington Greyhounds today. 5 runs on the board, and now trying to close it out here on the bump. Owen Bauer in his 2nd inning of relief work. Caden Wygant went the first 5 innings of 4-hit baseball. Now trying to close it out with 4, 5, 6 hitters due up of Ryhall, Amos, and Sirocco. Still going in the other Mercer-Wilmington game as well. Or nope, they're just lining it up right as I say that.
I believe that's a 7-4 win for the Lady Mustangs.
So big one.
6 in the top of the 7th they scored.
Unbelievable. Big win for Mercer on the 60-foot diamond. They would need a 6-run top of the 7th here on the baseball diamond to do the same here. As Ryle steps to the plate, he's been a big bright spot of the Mercer offense. A double and a single, 2 for 2 today. First pitch misses downstairs to him for ball 1. Lady Hounds, we mentioned, will be playing on Monday and Tuesday next week. They host Laurel on Monday, travel to West Middlesex on Tuesday. Try to get back in the W column as they enter the stretch run of their games. Going back to the series conversation, I mean, this would be absolutely a perfect time to be able to have a series, especially for this Wilmington baseball team, even for Mercer too. Again, they got a good number of quality pitchers, and especially in 1A, 2A baseball. If you can have 3 or 4 starters that you feel comfortable throwing out there, that's just absolutely clutch.
Absolutely. I think that gives them some flexibility in that schedule too. You know, Monday, Tuesday is going to be your conference region games, and then later in the week, Thursday, Friday, you can schedule out. You know, if everyone gets on the same page, that helps with a lot of cross games, you know, and us up here in Mercer County can get in Shannock and Shenango and all them on the schedule. You know when their games are, pending no rainouts, which are going to happen, but that gives you flexibility to keep going.
3-1 to count, and this one's driven towards the left center gap. Mitcheltree on his horse, and he's going to make the catch and make the juke away from Mistretta. Looked like they were back practicing on the football field there as he jumps, jives, and gets out of the way after making the catch.
Yeah, those two, they know how to play sports there. They just got that instinct, I guess. They know where the other one is and able to avoid contact there. So, great catch, great communication.
I feel like they were getting ready to run the wing tee out there the way it felt like.
Yeah, a situation like that, you just tell yourself as a coach, they talk to each other. You're not holding your breath.
When you got so many multi-sport athletes and they're all on the field together or then on the basketball court together, knowing each other so well, I mean, that's the way I felt at times. Like we didn't even need to communicate. When you play enough ball together, you look at each other and you know what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
We always joked we had a timing pickoff play to either third base or second base, and I remember the one time we didn't even make the signal that that one's off the fist and fouled back as they knocked our microphone over. Max and I still joke about this when we think about it 15 years after it's happened, but there was a time that a kid we both saw was getting too far off third base. We didn't do the actual verbal signal that we always do. We just both looked at each other. We knew what was happening. We didn't have to say a word. Breaking ball misses outside. Count now 2-2 to Amos.
Yeah, I had that privilege with a few of the seniors last year. One of them in particular, Ben Miller, just a great kid all around. I mean, we spent a lot of time together, and when he was on first base, if I wanted him to go, he knew. It was one of those things where we kind of knew what was going on. Our middle infield last year between Brody and Buddha Book, same thing, man. These guys, it was so easy to coach last year because these guys governed themselves, and that's what you hope for as a coach. I mean, in terms of starting practice, ending practice, those seniors took charge and made sure everything was where they needed to be, and there's no doubt that contributed to the success we had over the last few years.
Payoff pitch. Hit again towards center field and all over it. Mitcheltree for the second out of the inning. He's made actually the last 3 outs defensively.
Going for the trifecta here, see if he can get the third one. Bowers all smiles. He knows when that ball's in the air, someone's coming down with it.
Last chance here for the Mercer Mustangs, and it is Lincoln Sarago. Started in the outfield, now on the bump. Pitched a beautiful 9-pitch inning in the top of the 7th. Beautiful curveball there, and for strike 1 from Bauer. Oh, right between the 2 and the 1 as that one got away from Bauer. And Mercer staying alive. Drake McFeely will come to the plate. 1 for 2 today. Again, coming up after the game, we'll have our Gem scoring recap. We'll come up with a MVP Insurance MVP of the game. We'll also have to come up with a Melee Chiropractic play of the game. We'll have to chat about that, find some quality nominations. That first pitch misses downstairs to McFeely for ball 1. Again, coming up next week, we'll have at least 2, maybe 3 baseball games on tap on Monday and Tuesday for the final week of the D7 regular season. So that one's fouled back to the screen, evens the count at 1-1. Yeah, and the other fun thing about those head-to-head series, we saw that with the 2A section in the WPIL. Before last week, there had not been a single sweep amongst the top 5 teams in that section. Swing and a miss for strike 2 between Shenango, Laurel, Neshannock, Freedom, and New Brighton. Every single series between them have been a sweep. And then Shenango was able to get the first sweep of the year against Laurel. If Laurel had split that, 1 week left to go, 2 games left, and there would not have been a single playoff clinching yet. That's how competitive that section has been this year.
I mean, you love to see it. You like to see competitive baseball. I mean, these teams around here, they're all playing really well. There's a lot of good talent.
There's something to be said about playing a game and having to get right back up the next day and face the same team again, as this one's going to be grounded toward the right side. Zahetner on the edge of the grass, able to make the play, but the throw to first goes wild. And that's going to allow the runner to advance to third in Sirocco. So a hit batsman and the first error of the game against Wilmington. Mercer staying alive. We're going to have a pinch runner out there, it looks like.
Mercer starting to put pressure on the Greyhounds. I mean, I know they're only 1 out away, but I've seen some crazy things in baseball.
Yeah.
It is not over till that last out.
Stellan Winder is on first base as your, we'll call our axe pinch runner. His first pitch swinging looks like we have a pinch hitter as well. Struthers coming to the bat. Ben Struthers batting. Stellar Winder on the base paths. The 0-1, runner goes. Throw down to second base is going to be just barely around the tag. Danny Leonard thought he had ended the game, but Winder gets his chance and winds up on second base. One, swung on and missed, and again down to their final strike are the Mustangs. Sirocco on third, Winder on second base, and a 1-2 count coming to Struthers.
I feel like I know what's coming here. Keep it down.
Bread and butter.
Yep.
Inside move has him way off the bag. You're not going to get it. You're going to get a rundown, and you're going to get a tag out to end the ball game on the pickoff. Winder too far off. The inside move, the second pickoff from Wilmington pitchers today, will end the contest. 5-0 your final score. Wilmington over Mercer. We'll break it all down in our Tri-County Principals postgame show when we return on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Calling all sports fans. Never miss a moment with real-time alerts, keeping you in the loop when your favorite teams are playing.
Get instant updates sent straight to your phone with game schedules, changes, and all the latest news.
You can receive important updates and reminders, so you're always prepared for game time.
Be the first to cheer on your local teams and show your support.
Receive important updates and reminders, so you're always prepared for the game.
Signing up is quick and easy. Don't miss out. Sign up now and stay connected to the action.
Plus, follow us on social media for live updates, behind-the-scenes content, and community news.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builders has been building our community for 70 years.
It's our Tri-County Principals postgame show here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. A 5-0 victory for the Hounds. No clinching of a playoff bid, but we feel with the season sweep of Mercer, now in 3rd place solely in the region, should hopefully have locked up a playoff berth with the win here today. And an all-around team effort. James Jeremita really impressive with the way that they, they came out, got a couple of big plays defensively when they needed them, got the timely hits when they needed them there more than anything, though. And that's sometimes what's plagued them earlier this year and over the past couple of years. Sometimes getting that timely hit, they certainly got them today. I think all their hits and all their runs came with 2 outs.
I would say, yeah, the majority of the 5, if not all of them.
Yeah, 4 of the 5 officially, yeah.
I mean, all 3, I say it all 3 sides of the ball, if that's accurate. I mean, the pitchers, Wygant, Bauer, did a great job of keeping people on base. Defensively, you know what? They played clean in the infield. They played clean in the outfield. Besides for the 1 error there, I believe, in the top of the 7th there. Defensively, they were solid. And as you said, offensively, man, they got guys on, and when they were in scoring position, they finished the job. It was just a complete game. Something that they struggled with in the beginning of the season, the Greyhounds, but you know what? Lately, they've really had all 3 aspects of this game in check, and it's another great game for them today.
Snaps a 6-game Mercer winning streak. Let's get out with our gem of a game. Recap it with our Gem Master Builders and Craftsmen scoring recap. We'll start in the top of the 3rd inning. Top of the 3rd inning, excuse me, was a 1-2-3 inning for Mercer defensively. In the bottom of the 3rd inning, Wilmington, first 2 batters both reach on an error. Chase Mitchelltree and Hunter Jones then follow up with RBI singles to score Zettner and Dewberry. It was 2-0 Greyhounds after 3 innings. Top of the 4th inning, back-to-back singles with 1 out from Jay Namos and Aiden Ryle, but then a big pickoff at first base and then a ground out to end the inning. Just you could feel almost the wind out of the sails right there for Mercer, being able to get that pickoff. Absolutely huge for Wilmington.
Yeah, that's huge momentum for Wilmington. Really deflating for Mercer. You know, anything can happen in that situation. Caden, Hunter Jones, great timing play there to get that guy at first.
And in the bottom of the 4th, another 2-out run scored, a 2-out walk drawn by Gavin Sikorsky, and then coming all the way around to score on a long fly ball. It was an error on Mistretta's hit, but that got the 3rd run across the board. 2 more scoring in the 5th. Dewberry reaches on an error. He scores on a Mitchelltree RBI single, and then Mitchelltree would score on a base knock from Danny Leonard. 5-0 the score, and that would be your final as well. Wilmington with 5 runs on 6 hits. The 1 error that you mentioned in the last inning, they left 7 on the bags. Mercer, no runs, 4 hits, 5 errors, and 4 runners left stranded. 5 errors in each of the 2 games against the Greyhounds. A total of 11 runs scored for Wilmington, only 1 earned run in the 2 games. But you get guys on base whatever way that you can. You put balls in play, and good things are going to happen, right, Coach? And they took advantage in both of the games against Mercer here in the season series.
Absolutely. That's the name of the game. You got to put pressure on the defense and force them to make a play. You know, you don't put those balls in play. This isn't a 5-0 game. So hats off to them for getting those timely hits in, just, you know, making solid contact and putting pressure on Mercer's defense.
Time of the game, 1 hour and 42 minutes, a 5-0 Wilmington victory. Your winning pitcher here tonight is Caden Wigan with a shutout in 5 innings, struck out 5, walked 1, just gave up 4 hits in those 5 errors of work, and Owen Bauer finishes it off with 2 innings pitched. He did not give up a hit. He hit a batter, struck out 2 in his 2 innings of shutout work. Losing pitcher ends up being Evan Julock. He also threw 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, only 1 of them earned, 2 strikeouts, and no walks in his effort on the hill. Final piece of order, we have a couple of awards to give out. We'll start with our Maley Chiropractic play of the game. He made some great plays out in the outfield for sure, but the official play of the game for Chase Mitchelltree we're giving as the first RBI single. Essentially, it is the game-winning hit of the game, but again, taking advantage, a 2-out single to get that first run across the board. The first one, sometimes the toughest one to get.
Yeah, man, you get that momentum going, you keep building off of it. They throw 0 up next inning for Mercer, and you just, someone's got to start that train rolling, if you will, down the tracks, and it was Chase there getting that first RBI on the board.
So he is our Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game award recipient. He just got his customized T-shirt, courtesy of the Red Zone, for being today's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game award winner. You can view tonight's Play of the Game and the full list of the top plays at lcsportsnet.com. Click on Play of the Game. Congratulations again, Chase Mitchelltree, today's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. As for your MVP insurance MVP of the game, I mean, how do you not go with your starting pitcher? He throws a shutout, strikes out 5. Oh, he's got a couple of hits on the board as well. Just talk about what a great game Caden had today.
Oh yeah, he was on point today. We talked about it earlier about pitching to contact. Mentioned not too many strikeouts, but you know what? Today, averaged 1 per inning. Really kept these Mercer hitters off balance. I think you said left them with 4 hits through 5 innings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then offensively, might not have an RBI underneath his name, but 2 base hits, keep guys moving on the base paths. He just had a complete game, and great job for him.
So Caden Wigan is your MVP Insurance MVP of the game. He also just got his customized T-shirt, courtesy of the Red Zone, for being today's MVP of the game. Tell you what, I want to go and take that shirt back, though, and give it to the coach who has the Buzz Lightyear backpack. I think he's deserving of an MVP of the game shirt.
Yeah, that's something we've kept going for quite a few years. I don't know why, but man, the team loves the Buzz Lightyear backpack, so that's Coach Antonelli there. He hangs on to it.
So you're telling me that you guys are a superstitious bunch like all baseball players, right?
I wouldn't be lying, but we actually have 2 of them. We have a smaller, it's one of those little Disney ones, you pay too much money for. It keeps our plyo balls, and usually we give it to our biggest player to carry around because it just looks like a little speck on him. So
makes perfect sense to me. But again, congratulations to Caden Wigan as your MVP Insurance MVP of the game. Call MVP for the win. Wilmington now 4-3 in the section. They are tied with West Middlesex at 3rd in the region standings. Mercer now at 5-3, a half game ahead of both the Big Reds and the Hounds in the section standings, with 2 weeks left to play in what should be an exciting finish to the season. Big thanks again to our producer Matt Flannery. Great stuff as always. James Jeremita, well, you've broken the ice. We can take the rookie stripes off.
Yeah, I appreciate the invite. This was a great time. I appreciate you and Lawrence County SportsNet for not only being at this game, but all that you do for Lawrence County. You guys don't get enough recognition, so thanks again.
I appreciate it, and I'm sure we'll be chatting again over the course of time. Maybe find a playoff game that we can hook up for here in the next couple of weeks. Big thanks again to the coaches as well. Everybody's so hospitable to us, and being able to make this one happen here today. Your final score one last time, Wilmington 5, Mercer 0. Glad you could join us. For Matt and for James, I'm James Dotson saying so long and stay tuned next week. Big stuff on the stretch run, all here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is